Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, it looks like we have lots to talk about, lots to discuss. And if you think that I'm gonna hold back, you just got the wrong mother because I'm not. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Guys, we have lots to talk about. Literally, from the Real Housewives of Miami, Stephanie Shoji, and then also Martina. We talked a little bit about this on Hot Messy Topics, but I don't think we did like a full deep dive. And then Austen Kroll potentially not being in a relationship anymore on Southern Charm. We have a lot to discuss. So smash the like button, show some love. Here we go. All right, guys. So Stephanie Shoji, listen, people are like asking me and they're wondering, well, did Stephanie mess up? Is she being too much? Is she being the new Jennifer Aiden 2.0? And I'm like, that's a great question for you guys. But I don't have an answer. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at what Stephanie Shoji is posting, and here we go. Um, she's only 40 years old, guys, mind you. She's a new Real Housewife of Miami through season 7, and she used her stories to answer fan questions and slam rumors. So one fan charged with, "You slept your way up." And she said, if sleeping your way up worked, you'd be on top 2. You slept yourself to the Walmart clearance aisle. Now, she also addressed claims that she was an assistant to her husband, Masood, Shoji's ex-wife, and met through the job. And she said, "Assistant, I've never even met the woman. Rumors like that start from bitter people looking for attention." Now, when asked if she would return for the new season, she said, "Let's concentrate on season 7. Fans should post more and make Real Housewives of Miami more popular than it is." And she did reveal that she's a little too judgy and definitely hot-tempered. And she said, "I have an attitude," but she never stays mad long enough to, you know, carry it over. And she said, "I sleep it off." But on being called the unattractive, she said, "All of the unattractive people cannot stand me. Try a little Botox and maybe it'll help you." And then on her style being criticized, she said, "I'd love to dress like you, but looking cheap on purpose, it's not really my thing." Yeah. Um, she went in. I mean, she definitely went in. Like, first of all, let me just say this. Girl has come in hot. Um, but hot in a good way. Like, she's come in hot, but she's come in like a badass housewife. So many people are always saying, "Oh, well, we don't want like the same housewife. We don't want the Leah McSweeney. We don't want the Gina Kirschenheiter. We don't want people who have regular middle class money." Okay, well, if you don't want that, this is exactly what you're gonna get. Like, she doesn't have middle class money. You're welcome. I don't know why are we so angry at her? That's the part that I don't get. But as far as Stephanie Shoji, I think she's a fantastic addition to the cast, and I also agree with her. I think that more people need to be talking about the Real Housewives of Miami than that actually are. I think that it's a great season so far, and I also think that in the premiere episode that they delivered more than we've seen delivered on so many other franchises throughout the entire season. But hold on, that does not stop it. So Martina, Julia's wife, she shared an article on egg donation risks, including commodification, and she said surrogacy is just wrong, and sometimes you can't have it all. Now, she later did delete this post because there was a lot of backlash, but Martina's comments come during Julia's ongoing feud with Gertie, who was excluded from their adoption Zoom announcement and had a drink thrown at her. But some of the criticism from fans was, how dare she impose on a woman's choice, Kerr? And also says the 85-year-old woman who just adopted 2 young boys. And Martina and Julia are trash. Now, some people urged readers to see the article citing physical risks like OHSS, and others defended her right to have an opinion. So we get both sides, but critics pointed out that Martina is married to Julia, who has shared her reproductive struggles on TV, making the stance pretty tone deaf and hypocritical. And Martina removed the comment without explanation, which further fueled negative reaction. And I'm just curious to see, how is this going to play out? Like, what happens next? You know, I feel like at the end of the day, when it comes to Martina and also Julia, I think that you guys having such strong opinions, especially when it comes to surrogacy, truly in my mind, I'm thinking, well, shouldn't you be able to back that shit up? Like, is there a reason? Is there something that is health-wise affecting women? What is the point that you're trying to make? Because right now we're kind of all lost in the same game with you, and I don't like feeling like that. I kind of feel more like, if we're not going to know the true answer, then why are we even having the discussion? Right? But that's not just it. Nope. All right. So Austen appeared on Watch What Happens Live episode with Sarah Jessica Parker via video call. That was on the July 13th episode. And Sarah said that he looks so nice and asked if he's dating. And Andy Cohen said, "Are you still with Audrey Pratt?" And he said, "Oh, Andy, watch season 11," hinting that there might be a potential split or an upcoming change in the relationship status on screen. But Austen began dating Audrey back in December of 2023 during a trip to Charlotte, North Carolina. And season 10 footage shows Audrey being introduced to his parents. So this seems like, okay, we might have a relationship. I don't know. But in season 10, Austen shared in a confessional that he'd waited 4 months to introduce Audrey to his parents because he wanted to be intentional and avoid messy past hookups. So his deflection on Watch What Happens Live strongly suggested that there's maybe something significant, possibly a breakup or a major relationship arc that might be unfolding this season. But as far as Bravo's Daily Dish, they confirmed that there has been a change in the relationship status and hinted at that being aired during the new season. So I want to know what's going on. But as far as Southern Charm season 11, it's in production now, scheduled for release later this year or early next year on Bravo. And we don't actually know what the full details are going to be. But I do have questions. I have questions to which I need answers. And when it comes to the Real Housewives of Miami, Stephanie Shoji, and also Martina, girl, do better. Stephanie, maybe stay off of social media, but also, like, I'm living for it. So stay on social, whatever you want to do. I'm here for the ride. And for Austen, yeah, bro, like, shit's gonna happen. I'm gonna hear